Once upon a time, in the peaceful village of Umweri, lived two friends, UGONMA and AWELE. AWELE was a very beautiful and charming lady. Her smiles light up the whole village, and she is a lady with a pure heart. She has a brother, Ndoka, and together they live with their blind father. In the other hand, her friend, UGONMA, was the deadliest of all hearts. She envies AWELE and always wanted to have everything AWELE has, especially Obidike, AWELE's husband-to-be. She wanted Obidike for herself. AWELE was betrothed to Obidike, the love of her life. They are set to get married in 3 days' time, and UGONMA was not happy about it because she wanted Obidike for herself. But AWELE was not aware of this. UGONMA, with bitterness in her heart, set out to meet a dibia in order to get a charm that could kill AWELE so that she can have Obidike to herself. But the dibia said, "Leave her alone. She has an innocent soul. You can't harm her. Her chi will not allow you to harm her because she is innocent." UGONMA was furious. She was bitter and she wanted more. She said, "No, I will not allow AWELE to be happy while I wallow in sadness and rejection all my life. I will find a way to take away happiness and light and laughter from AWELE's mouth." Then she remembered the red evil forest where the tales of terror has been foretold. She decided to embark on that journey in order to take away life from AWELE. UGONMA embarked on a journey into the red forest where the mystical beings have been rumored to have been in existence. When she got there, they asked her, "What do you have to offer in exchange for our help?" UGONMA offered her soul to the mystical being. Then they gave her a task to perform. They gave her a ritual to carry out, that after you finish carrying out this ritual, your enemy will die. Then you will have all the good things of life. All the good things that are supposed to come to her way, you will have them to yourself. UGONMA was happy. Then she came back home. She performed the ritual the same way she was told to do by the mystical being. Then she went to bed. It's a beautiful morning, AWELE's marriage day. UGONMA had slept with AWELE that day in AWELE's house, though she woke up quite early before AWELE in order to aid with the marriage preparations. Obidike, in the other hand, came very early with his people in order to finalize the marriage bride price payments before the villagers started trooping into their compound for the marriage celebration. That was when the unspeakable happened. With happiness in his eyes and all smiles, Ndoka went to wake up his sister, who has been sleeping for a long time. When she sat up, her brother congratulated her once more, and they laughed. But she tried standing up, and she couldn't. She tried to stand up on her feet, but she couldn't move a limb. Ndoka screamed. All the villagers were in disarray. What is going on? Why is he screaming? Everybody was confused. Obidike and his people were confused. What is going on? Why is he screaming? Ndoka broke the bad news that his sister cannot walk again. Everybody was alarmed. Obidike was scared. What is going on? Because this is a big abomination. If this is true, then that means the marriage between him and AWELE will never hold. And that also means that AWELE can no longer marry any eligible man from that community. So UGONMA wanted AWELE dead, but the gods are wise. Their ways are actually not the ways of men. AWELE wept day and night. She couldn't be consoled. Even her brother tried to console her, and her blind father couldn't stop her from crying. Obidike's parents warned him not to come close to the cursed family, but he secretly sent herbalists from all round of the village to check if they can cure AWELE of her crippled leg. But none of the effort was fruitful. UGONMA was happy, extremely happy, but she portrays herself as the sad person, always trying to encourage AWELE and be there for her. But inwardly, she was so happy that her friend's marriage has scattered. She went ahead to use the charm she got from the Red Forest on Obidike, who in turn got married to her. He wasn't with his senses. He had no idea what he was doing. He was only controlled by UGONMA, who only orders him around, and he follows her instruction sheepishly. When AWELE got the news of the marriage, she was broken down. She cried and cried and cried. She was betrayed. She couldn't believe that her friend could do that to her. She was helpless. She couldn't believe the betrayal from her friend that she called a sister. AWELE's father couldn't stand the rejection from the community, the tears from his only daughter anymore. He stood up one morning and called on his friend, Uzoka, to accompany him on a quest to find out what is really happening to his family. Although he can't see, but Uzoka will be his eyes. They traveled a long way till they got to the shrine and abode of Isimmili, the great mother of the sea. Before they got to the shrine of Isimmili, the goddess has already opened her eyes to see the reason why they came. Isimmili told AWELE's father that a soul was given to the demons and creatures of the Red Forest in order to harm his family, and also before the curse will be lifted, that a soul must be given in return. She emphasized that a great sacrifice must be made in order to break the stronghold of the evil creatures from his family. AWELE's blind father didn't think twice before accepting to pay the price with his life in order to liberate his family and his daughter from the shackles of demons that is tormenting her life. He paid the ultimate price with his soul. Then Isimmili commanded him to go home and eat his last meal, then wait for the messenger of death. AWELE's father got home and called his children. He blessed them. He blessed his son and blessed his daughter. He begged them to live in peace and harmony and to always be there for each other. After blessing them, AWELE's blind father found his way into his chambers. After eating his meal, he lay down and slept. AWELE was woken up by the piercing shout of her brother's voice the next morning. She thought she was dreaming, but at last, it was not a dream. She said to herself, "What is going on?" Then for a moment, she forgot that she was crippled. She jumped up and started running towards her father's hut, because that is where her brother's voice is coming from. She met the lifeless body of her father, and she cried. She couldn't believe her eyes. Then her brother heard her voice and turned. "Ah, Sister AWELE, you are standing up. You can walk." Then he hugged her. AWELE remembered that she had actually run into her father's hut by herself. She was confused and happy at the same time. They were still trying to figure out and ascertain what is going on when someone ran into their hut shouting, Awele, Ndoka, Awele, come to the village square. UGONMA is confessing. UGONMA confessed to all the evil that she did, how she tried to kill Awele and how she used charm on Obidike. He was banished from the village and sent away to be killed if sighted anywhere close to the village. Obidike came back to his senses and he reunited with his love, Awele. They eventually got married and they lived together happily ever after.